the way South America grinds. And it's time, baby! Winners finals here at BCX 2024, Kyna versus Use.
And of course, starting off strong, Use first one to pick up the weapons. Himbo, Kyna on that Taros, still not able to pick up a weapon. Kyna trying to find his way onto the ground, does pick up the hammer. Can he find any damage onto Use before this stock gets taken?
This is exactly what I was talking about, these kind of footsie moments back and forth, and so far, Use has done a great job of adding up about 100 damage on a Kyna, hoping to juggle a little bit, but Use goes high right after that, and we know Kyna doesn't really chase that high in the air. There's the D-Light recovery to kind of start off the latter half of this stock from Kyna. There's the Stomp Sider, he's gonna add up that damage back up, goes for the jump side air, but misses.
Downlight recovery. Use still not able to finish off this stock of Kyna just yet. You saw him fishing for the recovery. That time, it'll do it. Downlight recovery from Use, and he's gonna juggle weapons. Actually might stick with the sword with the way he's been playing, but nope. Looks like he wants to have that great sword.
Gonna open it up with a neutral light, hoping that Kyna was gonna jump in the air, could catch him with a neutral air. After that, there's a D-Light side air, now picking up the axe. Sort of the main weapon that Kyna relies on, just standing still, right in place, not knowing quite how to punish that just yet. Hoping to go into the juggle game, the nair hits, the recovery misses.
Oh man, the dodge is coming out from Kyna. Use barely avoiding that down signature. Could have been fatal, but Kyna still needs to get this stock off the Use.
He hasn't been too successful with that axe down signature so far today. He did him against Radish. Missed, I think, every single one of them. There's the Stomp Side Air. Gonna even things up here. It was looking like a 100 damage lead that Use had previously. Now it's about 60, so it's shrunk, but it's definitely not gone yet.
But now it's back to the Use sword. Downlight recoveries is the name of the game. I like that jump just in case he sees the opportunity for an air, but it looks like he wants stage control now as he goes for the downlight side airs.
So good at that. Oh my gosh! And the follow-up side air to punish the axe recovery from Kyna. Use's timing was fantastic on that, waiting out the hitbox so he could find the hit and find the stock.
Full stock lead for Use now. He's back onto the greatsword. Again, the dodges come out from Kyna. Use not able to catch him. That sweat beads, but he gets back to the stage.
Ooh, just barely getting back. You saw Kyna wanted to figure out how to punish that landing. He didn't feel confident enough to come in with a downlight. He just kind of backed up, maintained that center stage control away from those blast zones. He's taken so much punishment from this great sword. I'm seeing signs of what we saw last year at BCX and Grand Finals.
Yeah, but it's just the ones and twos. He's not getting that finisher. He's just getting those openers, but it might not matter as a signature comes out. Kyna gets launched. Another one, but he reads the wrong way.
Falling side air from Kyna, gonna send Use to the other side of the stage. Oh my gosh, and game one is a big two stock for Use. Again, we're seeing more of what we saw from last year at BCX. Kyna's inability to find his way in on this greatsword.
And that final moment there from Use was showing parts of the kit that we have still not yet to see from him. He went for a side light opener and then jumped chase dodge down light. It was wild to see him come out with some just weird stuff on the greatsword.
It really is so cool seeing his sword progress specifically. Because a lot of like greatsword players, like, you know, they have a solid sword and a lot of them, you know, they practice it, but not like they rely on that greatsword. So it's so cool to see Use come out here and show us great sword gameplay, really tight, really controlled surgical sword gameplay.
Great normal sword gameplay.
Correct.
But also great sword gameplay.
Correct.
Okay. Looks like Kyna gonna break the neutral there, gets that neutral light, but Use gets some damage back onto him. This time, not gonna go for the downlight, goes for the neutral light, comes out a little bit faster.
Open the pocket sand, had the range, but it didn't quite. Kyna was a little bit too overspaced from that one. There's the side light, D-light off of that one again. Kyna maintains the ground control as much as he possibly can. He's not a very aerial opponent, except when he jumps like one jump height up, when he's looking for the juggle game, but that's more specifically with the hammer. But even now, you see him maintaining that ground control, at least as much as he can, until Use comes in with the sword, the great sword. There's the recovery into the stomp side air off of the bounce, and now Kyna's the one with a lead.
He's got the lead off some fantastic plays. Like you said, hammer recovery, gravity cancel, stomp into jump, side air. Can he get some extra credit? He's already gotten Use a little bit damaged. Where's he going?
Choosing to go in deep with that down air, riding along that 45-degree angle, keeping away from that weapon toss. Now staying over on the right corner, hoping he can get back to center stage. Now that's where he is. He's going to be looking for the weapon spawn. You see the backdash come out. Great punish from Use. Backdash of his own, and then we see the D-light into the recovery for the KO as Kyna approaches not only Use, but the weapon spawn.
The raw patience from Use. He knows he needed to get that stock off of Kyna, but he waited until Kyna went for a punish, whiffed it, and then Use came in. Downlight there again. There's that jump, chase dodge downlight.
Oh, he's keeping the momentum up. He's finding some solid damage here. There's the side light. Okay, was that almost a six-piece right there? That finisher would have been huge. That would have sent Kyna off stage, setting up the potential edge guard.
Yeah. He went for that side finisher, but kind of holding onto that dodge. Managed to get away from that disgusting fatal blow. Here's the stomp into the down air.
Not able to follow up with a neutral air to get the KO off the top, even though the down air did send Use flying. There's the D-Light recovery. Does send him off screen, but not enough to KO just yet. The 2-piece, actually the 3-piece with the finisher for the KO off the top.
Yeah, went for the neutral finisher, going vertical on that one, and he's sticking with the greatsword as Kyna, nice little side light, will secure that weapon pickup.
This game is significantly closer right now than it was towards the end of last game, as it was a 2-stock, gets the KO, completely evens it up as we head in. Both players now on their final stock, both players fresh in white until that side light from Use.
No, he throws away the greatsword immediately, waiting for the sword spawn, but he's gonna come in, do some unarmed damage. South America still strong with the unarmed game.
Nice little whiff punish there, nothing huge, but he gets a nice neutral light to punish Kyna's whiffed neutral light.
Oh man, you can see they're drawing a line in the sand, and it's gonna be Kyna who crosses it, gets that side light into the neutral air. Just a 2-piece, wasn't able to follow up with more.
Kyna again gonna be as careful as he possibly can before he tries to punish with these axe neutral lights. This time going for the side light nair, feeling a little bit more confident in his spacing.
Swaps to a different axe, might be priming for a hammer. Gets a down air. Yep, he's gonna throw that away. He wants the hammer. A little bit more for the KO secure.
Hoping he can grab a stomp side air. I don't know if it'll KO depending on where he picks it up from center stage. Is going to do it with that 9-strength Taros that he loves to play so much. And Kyna's gonna tie up the set 1-1 as we're about to head into game 3.
He had a very clear game plan with that one. Build up the damage with the axe, finish it off with the hammer. That's exactly what he did in those final moments. He swapped to a different axe, but that was just getting ready to swap ultimately to the hammer.
Camera's eyes are on the trophy. The players' minds might be on that trophy, but it's going to be a little while before they can touch that beautiful blue weapon spawn. They got to deal with what's in front of them right now. Kyna versus Use as we get into game 3. Again, we're on Fortress of Lions here, that soft platform. Move in left, move in right. Everybody's able to grab a weapon very easily without any damage coming out from either player. It's going to be the axe for Kyna and the sword from Use.
Solid juggle coming out from Use, was able to pick up a neutral air after that recovery. Another recovery, this time chase dodges down. You saw the sweat beats. He uses a lot of his movement tools to get up that high.
Little footsie game. Again, the classic kind of Use footsie game that we saw so much of last year. Nice little jump side air, calling out the high recovery. There's the D-Light side air right over the corner when Kyna chooses to play a little bit high. And another one, and he gets the first stock with only 50 damage on his own.
Got to get a helmet every time Kyna peeks over the corner, uses catching his head and getting him with those downlight side airs. Ooh, not gonna go for the stomp there. Instead, went for the side light. That one's gonna whiff, and Use not able to punish the footsies from the two of them.
Yeah, that's tough whenever Kyna's able to find a punish like that, and it's just the side light, especially when he's behind, compared to the raw damage output and force output of the stomp side air. That slide off stomp, it can be goofy to figure out what you want to do right after that, and that's, I think, Kyna didn't want to commit to anything that he couldn't for sure hit. There's the stomp side air again from the right side of the stage, sending over to the left, but because he is playing that 9-strength Taros, he's able to find these KOs.
Yeah, he's adding up a lot of damage, and honestly, he didn't take that much to get that finisher on the second stocks. This is still very doable on both sides. There's that corner guard. This time, Kyna's got more reach. He goes in with that side air, gets him back onto the stage.
Use wasn't able to catch the jump side air. Again, that footsie game coming back into play here. Both players so careful, giving each other so much respect.
He was sweating.
That started in sweat beads. Even went for the side sig off the stage. Use counter punished it. There's the neutral air, the juggle, trying to extend off the soft platform. GCD light into the side air, and now Kyna takes the lead just under 2 minutes into the game.
Always got to be ready for that reaction from Kyna. He's shown that hand before. The gravity cancel stomp, but it's Use with an immediate rebuttal. He's going to finish off the stock. Final stocks.
And we're entering final stocks dead even again, just like we did last game. But as we saw last game, Kyna was the one to take the victory. That was a bold move. I don't know if that was a bait because he did do it so early.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely knew he could get away with that one. Like, the worst punish he was going to take is just a side air from behind, but Use didn't even get that much onto him.
There's the side light into the D light. We've seen that as a regular option from Kyna instead of just going like the standard flowchart of side light neutral air.
Yeah, it's kind of dependent on where that side light hits. If he hits a little too close, he's gonna have to go for that down light. Does a little bit less damage and has less setups than the neutral air, but Use Didn't get the dodge read.
Oh, they're so even here. The neutral signature does whiff, but again, that might have been one of those baits where he felt confident.
Oh!
Stomp side air again from the wrong side of the stage. This 9 strength Taros finding stocks where virtually no other character in this game could.
He's doing such a good job building up that damage. He does not have to worry about where that stomp hits as long as he hits that Sarah afterwards.
Man, these games are so close between these two players, but again, Kyna the Demon Slayer. He's doing so far what he couldn't do previously last year. The progression of this player has been such a treat as a fan to watch.
Well, we'll see if he'll have to continue to progress because now Hughes is on the back foot, kind of one game away from going into our grand finals.
We're over on the Demon Island. Hey, the Demon Slayer on the Demon Island. We don't have the soft platform this time, so that last stock we saw, we have seen kind of just find the regular GC D-Light into the side air for the KO, but this time he doesn't have that extension off of that soft platform like he did just a moment ago.
I think the bigger thing here is the KO box is much wider. Those stomp side airs from opposite sides of the map are going to go a lot further. And on the other side, Hughes' downlight recoveries are going to take a lot longer to KO as well.
But also those sidewalls are very, very small in the way that Hughes is fighting the D-Light recoveries as Kyna's head peeks over the corner. I would give the edge guard really in Hughes' favor here.
Right now, he's got the weapon advantage. Kyna with some fantastic movement, gets behind Hughes, gets in with that downlight side air. Stomp, side air, weapon toss. Hughes, does he have the movement? Can't get the nair for the chase dodge off.
That potentially gave Kyna just the direct KO like we saw there, or potentially Hughes was going to have to burn every single thing, and it was going to be a literal free cleanup for Kyna. That was really his edge guard to drop.
Starting to whiff now. Downlight recovery. Not able to get the KO. Yo,
this is my hammer player
Big
right
jump.
here. This is my hammer player.
Jump, gravity cancel, neutral light this time. Oh! Nice punish from behind. Hughes able to take out that end sig, but he took a lot of damage.
I thought we might get the bottom backside of that neutral signature to make a connection with Hughes, but he was timed too well. He was positioned too well to fall prey to that.
Once again, back to the footsies. Hughes going for a lot of these jump down airs, expecting Kyna to come in grounded.
Dude, Kyna as a grounded player, I don't know like how you can just not let the brainworms win and like press the jump button. He'll stay grounded for so long. It's so impressive.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why you see Hughes doing those jump down airs, is he's expecting Kyna to stay grounded like that with that side light. That was a burn dodge, but Hughes not able to continue it.
Nice neutral light as Hughes was coming in for the landing. He stays just far enough away so that side air doesn't make a connection. Oh, I thought we were going to see the finisher come out. I thought we were going to see the KO here. Hughes is setting up for it. The weapon toss is kind of going to have enough to get back. Here comes the dodge.
Oh!
He goes up, and the side light turnaround pivoted like still on the main platform. I don't know if that was a little bit of a misinput. Maybe it was mistimed.
I think it was supposed to be a fall off down air. I think he recognized Kyna did have enough movement coming in here. With that Taros base 5 movement speed, he can definitely travel the distance.
He's here with a little bit of a
Got the
lead.
recovery.
He still has a little bit of a lead here as Kyna's in the yellow, about 50 damage behind on this final stock. We're about to get 3 minutes into this game. A victory for Kyna here guarantees him top 2.
Uh-oh. Stop, side air, or down air, nair. Doesn't hit the recovery though. Hughes already evened up in damage.
Beating Hughes 3-1 without having to go to a game 5 would be massive for the confidence of Kyna here, but Hughes is going to attempt to push it to a game 5, starting with the D-Light side air, following up with that recovery, the edge of the down air, making contact, going back over to the greatsword, just hopping around, being very careful. There comes the down air, the weapon toss, he's disarmed.
Nobody wants to swing. They're being very careful with how they go in. They know how important this is. It's winner's final, and Kyna could go into the grand finals, but a downlight side air disarms Kyna. Weapon toss keeps him on the corner. He's sweating, but Hughes not gonna get the downlight.
If Kyna clutches this, he just barely overspaced that downlight from Hughes. The sidelight having enough movement. There's the down air. Wasn't able to find anything off the bounce pass. Another sidelight. Tries to find the side air. Kyna back on the stage. The recovery. KO's off the top. And we are going to game 5 here. Winners finals. BCX 2024.
There is a reason these two have been back and forth. Not just for 2024, but for years now as South Americans just challenging each other for that top spot. Yuz might be the current world champion, but Kyna is the current 2v2 world champion as well as the mid-season champion. Kyna has the accolades, but who's going into the grand finals? We'll find out here in game number 5.
Game 5.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer Man. And we're going back over to the Fortress of Lions here. We're getting that soft platform back. We're extending those walls a little bit. We're leaving no opportunity to go under the stage as an escape route.
Good spacing from Kyna to start this off. Get some good hits. The chain
yes, sir.
dodge. Trying to get that recovery. He's getting aggressive.
That almost like vintage wrenched chain dodge down over the corner.
Good jump from Yuz. Starting to space out. Getting a double tap.
I think we're going to see a lot of footsies this game between these two players, dude.
I mean, it's game 5. You got to bring out all the stops. You got to make sure you are picking and choosing when you go in. Yuz with the side air the wrong direction. Kyna stays behind him.
Jumping caught.
Ooh. The dance as Yuz gets the downlight side air. Kyna really far to the left side, but the weapon toss helps him get down. Yuz not going to swing on him.
They're stacked on each other. Kyna's afraid to swing and get punished. Yuz is afraid to swing and get punished. Who's gonna find the first stock here? It seemed like Kyna wanted to babysit it back to stage. That had to have been a bait, right? He ripped that so early. Yuz fell for the bait, and Kyna got the punish after.
Yuz not able to punish that down signature. Down air into the neutral air. Not gonna hit, but the recovery will. Yuz with a stock advantage here in game number 5.
Oh, continuing to juggle one more time. The second Kyna landed on the main platform, has the greatsword in his hand, starting off with the recovery. The big ground pound on the main stage right at the bottom, that gave Kyna plenty of room after the bounce for him to pick up the weapon. Takes a 2-piece after another 2-piece.
I think Yuz is starting to recognize, Kyna waits until after the bridge. It's a really common habit against greatsword players, so Yuz is getting the 2-piece consistently. Unarmed recovery, not enough, but the hammer and nair will do the job.
Kyna about 50 damage behind. Yuz is going to spawn back in. Kyna not even juggling the weapons to delay the spawn. He just wants to grab that axe. It's going to go right on top of Kyna. He's just going to go for the juggle game here with the D-lights.
Man, Kyna bringing this one back. Every time Yuz starts to build a lead, Kyna keeps right with them. You see him walking forward, threatening. Neither one of them wanting to go, but there's the downlight recovery from Yuz. Nair. The crowd got so silent. This is so tense. Downlight gonna whiff. Kyna, he's gonna hit the downlights. He's got the better anti-airs right now.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. It's already going with those anti-airs. That almost KO'd like in the beginning stages of Orange. Could be just a neutral air away. Definitely might be a stomp side air away. A raw side air, not enough gonna do it. Weapon toss goes high. Kyna's gonna babysit it back to stage. Didn't even need the D-light. Yuz almost could reach it, but not quite.
Good babysitting from Kyna, making sure Yuz stayed low, and he wasn't able to jump high enough to get that neutral air. Kyna now with the lead. Game number 5, one stock away from going to the grand finals as he hits the double dare.
There's the recovery. Didn't even go off screen from that. If he can mitigate the damage output, that time he just did the sidelight and then waited. Kyna still finding the damage here, swapping over to the sword. I don't think he's a D-light recovery away from getting knocked out, but he might be. There's the neutral light. Doesn't get the strong force, but still adds up the damage, which he still needs. It's the D-light and the recovery. The Demon Slayer, Kyna, yet again, knocking out another player in his warpath. Now guaranteed top 2, sending Yuz down to the elimination bracket.
Kyna was a lot of people's favorites coming into this weekend as the South American. He's been winning for the region. I mean, we got to see that little path, the road to BCX, and Kyna's face was on a lot of it, but it is going to be Kyna as well going into the grand finals. Yuz